I'll be your student co host.
I am Ayank Raj from India. So, hello everyone. I am Ayank Raj and I am back again, but this time not with a project or not with any working model. This time I tried a little bit different. This time it's not about wires, sensors, or coding. It's how about we think, how we question, how we discover, and how we build knowledge itself. Because now it's time to develop some critical thinking and think like a physicist. So let me introduce to something I've been working on for a long time. My book called Gap and Brick Theory. So this theory is my way to explaining how human knowledge actually grows. It's based on one simple observation. Each time we learn something new, we just fill a gap, and every answer we create is just a brick. So a gap represents the unknown question, the mystery, the confusion. A brick represent our temporary answer, a model, a theory, or a concept that fills that gap for now. So, and this process never stops. Once a brick is placed, new gaps appear around it, and we build new theories, new bricks for that gap. Imagine knowledge like a giant wall, and it's made up of bricks, and the bricks are our theories, our models to models or our theories. Some parts are completely, others still missing. Every scientist, every thinker, every student, we all place our own title bricks on the wall, but no bricks is permanent. Every theory, no matter how strong, will one day be replaced by a stronger one. That's not failure, that's progress. Think about physics. It's full of gaps and bricks. Long ago, people believed that the earth is flat. That was one brick, but then someone found a gap that it didn't explain what sailor saw on the horizon. A new brick was added. The earth is round. The Newton came with his theory, his laws of gravitation, another brick. But after some time, Einstein found a gap in Newton's idea and placed a new, stronger brick, theory of relativity. And who knows, one day someone else will find a gap in Einstein's brick and replace it again. That's the beauty of science. It never finished. I wrote this book because I realized something in school. We often focus on only on answers. We memorize formulas, definitions, and fact. But we rarely ask what was the gap that led to this discovery. I wanted to change that. I wanted students, teachers, and every scientist to see that gaps are not mistakes. They are opportunities. The goal of the book is to help people think deeper, not just to know what the answer is, but to understand why it was asked. The book starts with the idea of what a gap is, how curiosity begins. How curiosity begins. Then it explains how human builds bricks, temporary solutions that fill those gaps. Each chapter connects this idea with physics, philosophy, innovation, and human evolving pattern. Gap and brick exist everywhere in science, in technology, in and even in human thinking. For example, the invention of electricity, the creation of AI, or even how we learn languages, all follow the same path. Find a gap, build a brick, test it, replace it. The gap and brick theory teaches one very important lesson. Never treat your knowledge as final, because every time you say, I know everything, you stop discovering. But when you say there might be a gap here, I can work on it, that's when real thinking begins. So it's a mindset, a way to stay humble, curious, and scientific. My vision is to bring this way of thinking into education and research. Imagine classroom where students are not told the answer, but encouraged to find the gaps themselves and build their own bricks of understanding. That's how innovation is born. Innovation is born. That's how real scientist and engineer things create and made. I also want to use this concept in AI scientific modeling, where machines can detect gaps in existing data and help scientists design new theories faster. So, to everyone watching, student, innovators, dreamers, don't be afraid of the gaps, your knowledge, because gaps are not empty space, they are invitations to think, to explore, to build something new, something unbeatable. Every great discovery begins with a gap, and every genius starts by placing the first brick. So that was my presentation for today. Let me show you something. Here is my hard copy of my book. It is officially published, and I got that ISBN number. So in this, I have written how our human knowledge evolves, how we think, how things are made, and I got the copyright of this book. So this was my today's presentation. Thank you. Hello.
Wait a minute, wait a minute. You actually have a book? How can
Yes.
how can people buy this book?
You can directly search on internet gap and brick theory, and you will find the link.
I am going to do that.
Okay.
So is it, where do you buy it from? I mean, is it available anywhere around the world or?
It is published by AWS, Amazon, and in India, I published it. And this is a sample book in which I have done many corrections in it because like I am only 16 and working on it for a long time, and I have a lot of mistakes in it. So this is only a sample book, but you can find it on Amazon. You can directly search on internet gap and brick theory, and you will find this.
Great, great. Annika, Asher, do you have any questions or comments?
And this presentation aligns with the UN SDG Goal 4, quality education.
Okay.
So I have a question, but first I want to congratulate that wonderful presentation, and I love how you ex told us how it's in our everyday life and how it's everywhere. Um,
Thank
Now
you very
since we
much.
have a little time left, I would here's my question. Um, where do you see this idea going in the future?
This is kind of we cannot say if this is going for future. Like this is a way of this is a way of understanding. I want to create a spark of finding spark of curiosity in everyone. So that's why I wrote this book, and I think if someone read this, I believe that he will really see this whole world with another perspective of physics or curiosity or science.
Thank you.
Asher, if you have another question or comment, or Annika, you can just jump in.
Was it hard to write the book?
Sorry.
Was it hard to write the book?
Um, Thought, okay. So currently I'm in class 11th and my teacher was telling us about atomic models. So first he told tell us about Thomson's plum pudding model, then Neil Bohr's model, and then Rutherford's model. So I asked my teacher that why we are studying, why we are learning three types of different models. So she said the first two are wrong. So I asked them if they are wrong, then why we are studying this? So then she told us about how things work, how science evolves, like everything in its delta phase, in its first initial generation, it has lots of gaps. In language of my book, it has lots of gap, and after time, innovations get into it, and scientists and engineers develop new things. to improve that one thing. Like imagine the first generation of computer or the first generation of mobile phone, how they are and how they are now. So that the first generation was the delta phase, and in that phase it has a lot of things missing, the gaps. And after the time period, after evolving, humans place new things, make it more useful for us. Like this, I got that thought.
I have a question. How do you identify a gap? Because in science, there isn't something where they go, well, we don't have any idea. They have an idea. It's not
Okay.
a hole. They put something in it. It may be wrong, but it's not a gap. It's just something that isn't right.
Okay, so that is the thing which the book explains. Like imagine Newton. Newton gave us three laws of gravitation, and then after he said every object attracts everything which is called gravitation. But after some time, Einstein came and said no, gravity is something which is did not exist. Like if we say the sun and the earth, they are bonded together. Why? Because of gravitation. But that is a little bit wrong. Like Einstein said that that is not gravitation, that is the space-time fabric curvature. So kind of that, like we have brick, but that brick is not permanent. Someone will come and place a very like a very what's the word, a very a more efficient brick on that gap, or replace that brick. Like gap, if I try to identify gap, like in AI or in field of modern technology, we can identify gap as quantum computers. Why we cannot use quantum computers on earth? So it is a gap for us to find something new, to achieve that technology, to use that thing on earth very efficiently. Like if I say um, what I am missing something.
It's okay. But let me just make a comment. I don't want to interrupt you, but before Newton came up with his theory of gravitation, they had an explanation for why things fell down. And that was because objects had a quality called earthiness, and they were attracted to the earth. And there were other objects that had moonliness and were attracted to the moon, and others that were attracted to the sun. Okay. And when you said, well, wait a minute, I've never seen anything that's attracted to the moon. And the answer was, well, because it went to the moon. And things that had sunliness were attracted to the sun, went to the sun. So the only things you see here are the things that are attracted to the earth. So they had an explanation. It only turned out not to be a good explanation after Newton came up with a better one, but it wasn't a gap. It was just a mistake.
Yes, that was my idea. That is my idea. Like every brick is not permanent. The main theme of the book is every brick is not permanent. It has a little pore holes, gaps in it. And then we take another brick which is more better than the previous ones, and then we place it in the place of that brick.
Oh, okay. Okay. So it's not so much gap and brick, it's bad brick and good brick.
Yeah, it can be, but the history is
I
in the
know, I
book.
know. Your title is better. Your title is better. It's a much better title. Much better. Very good. So here's the thing. We're recording this, and we're going to be
Okay.
putting this up on the web. And one of the
Okay.
things that you might want to do is we'll send you a link to this, and you'll be able to now send this out to people. So when you're talking to people and they say, can you explain this, theory of yours, you can refer them to this video, and they can see your whole presentation.
Okay, thank you very much.
It's very good. I'm looking forward to this. I can't do it right now because I'm tied up, but I'm going to
Okay,
looking into this. Maybe I can get a hold of this book. Very
okay.
interesting. Very interesting.